Hello everybody, Andy here again. This is a response to a video by The Money Programme, which I believe is to do with the BBC, and it's a video entitled My Third Question, and the question was, are you ready for fame or celebrity? Now, I suppose my point of view on this is, well, possibly, but it depends what it entails, doesn't it? Fame to one person, celebrity to somebody is not the same to each people. I recently actually made a video called Famous Encounters, for those who haven't seen it already, asking people to recount their experiences when they've met what they class to be as famous people, celebrities, and the responses I got were quite a wide range, as I expected. Some of the people on there I'd never heard of, so they may be famous to some people but they're not to others, so you know, there you go. From my own point of view, I'm a DJ on a sort of a local radio station. We only do it sort of 28 days a year, but that's another story. So being on the station and being a DJ and being on the radio, some people think that you're famous because your voice is heard on the radio and they've heard you on the radio, so they think you're famous. That's obviously very small scale. That's small beer, as we would say over here in the UK. But some people would come up to your street, oh, you're Andy from so and so, you know, I've heard you on the radio. I'll get invited to do sort of judge talent contests and things like that, you know, with young bands, etc., which is all great, you know, quite happy to do that and promote it all. So that's a very small scale type of thing. I suppose what you're talking about, the Money Programme, is a far greater sort of exposure. I think you mentioned the YouTube exposure and obviously the Peter Geriatric 1927 example. He's become famous completely by accident, as you've quite rightly pointed out, but now that has happened and his story's gone across the world, etc., etc., everybody on here who's doing videos, this type of video, who aren't necessarily looking for a great exposure, because I don't think anybody who does these type of blogs, who blogs or vlogs on sort of serious topics, which is what I tend to do, and I've seen the responses by Perry Urban and Bonnie, and they are two other very excellent examples of people who tackle sort of serious subjects. I don't think anybody who does that is really looking for sort of great exposure, I suppose. We're not doing the silly videos which are up there just to try and get lots and lots of views, and the people who do get sort of discovered, if you want to call it that, featured, quite often it happens by accident. Now, yes, I'd love one of my videos to be featured, I suppose, because it gives a sort of a recognition, possibly, that what you're doing is appreciated. Someone's presumably got to say, well, I think this video should be featured, so that it's a pat on the back, if you want, in that respect. So what comes after it is a different matter. Lots of people look for fame, other people don't, but I suppose nowadays, if we're putting ourselves up in the spotlight, we're putting ourselves out there, videos and message, whatever you want to call it, out there. So it's always that chance that that spotlight one day might fall on you, you know, it might come to you, and then what do? Well, I suppose nobody actually knows until it actually happens to you. As I think it was Perry Urban said, there's no sort of school that you can go to that teaches you how to handle fame, is there? So everybody has to learn it, don't they? Even someone like Michael Jackson, who's lived with fame for all of his life from a very, very small age. No one ever told him what it was going to be like, I don't suppose. You have to react to it, and everybody does it in their own personal way. Something that Bonnie mentioned in her video, actually, about getting fame via YouTube, I agree with just about everything she said. All of my videos, I'm proud of my videos. Yes, some of them are better than others, especially some of the older ones, which maybe aren't quite as good, but I haven't taken any of mine down. I do a variety of subjects, so they're there for people to watch. They're there for people to see, to like, dislike, or like, whichever they feel. So am I ready? Well, I don't know. You never know, do you? But by putting myself out there, you have to accept that one day it may happen to you. And I suppose in the back of our minds, most people would actually quite like it to happen to them. As I said, if it's only just that little bit of recognition that maybe you're doing something right. As long as you get famous for the right reasons, I think that's not a bad thing. So many people nowadays get famous for all the wrong reasons, and I don't think I'd like that to happen to me or to anybody. So the answer is a guarded yes, I suppose, as long as you can maybe handle it, because you never know what is around the corner, do you? But a good subject, and I'm now going to go and watch the first two questions, I think. Anyway, thanks very much. See you again soon. Goodbye.